we evaluate the meeting, I think we want to hear from our speech evaluators. So I'm going to call on Tracy Austin, who evaluated John McDermott. Tracy, come on up.
All right. Thank you, Carl. Thank you. So John's objectives of the Bringing History to Life are to understand the purpose of stories about historical events or people, to use storytelling skills developed in the preceding projects to tell a story about a historical event or person. John, you do so many things so well, and storytelling is one of those. The pictures you paint really get me in that situation. So that is one of the strengths that you have, and I have a whole list of things that I'll go through if time permits. So the first question, was the plot of the story clear? Yes, it was. He was going to talk about 3 people in regard to chess. One of the things I liked in that introduction was you talked about referees, like blowing calls and things like that. And that was really, I love the comparisons that you make to make people think, oh yeah, I know what that's like, having a referee make a bad call. And in chess you don't. So you do a real good job of helping people using comparisons for people to understand what you're talking about. You talked about the 3 people, you had them listed very clearly in the years that they lived. The second question is, to what degree did the speaker succeed in building the story to a climax? I wrote, I was riveted to hear every word that you were talking about in a subject that I don't know that much about. I was always leaning in. And I see a lot of you shaking heads. So answer my question. To what degree did the speaker succeed in building the story to a climax? Did he do a good job of that? Right. Everyone raises their hands on that. How did the speaker develop the characters? You developed the characters with PowerPoint. And you had great picks. I love that you stood to the side of that. And every picture up there, you told a story about every picture. So when Fisher was young, you saw the picture when he was 13. And so all of those pictures told a story. Another one with Fisher and the camera. So every one of those had a purpose. I loved that. Did the speaker make effective use of description and dialogue in telling the story? And what I wrote again was, you are the best at painting pictures and telling stories. Excellent. You're a master at that. Did you gain greater insight into the historical event or person the speaker was telling about? Yes. It took me back to when I played chess in junior high. Not that I was very good at it, but you took me back there, and it made me think, wow, I want to get out a chessboard and see if I even remember how to play chess. Do you know how to play chess, Karen?
You're on luck.
I play myself. And then the last question, and I'll go over all of these things you did well and a couple enhancements after the meeting, because I'm almost over. Well, I might have a little bit of time. Last question, how effectively did the speaker use vocal variety while telling the story? Did the speaker display any distracting gestures or mannerisms? So I wrote that you have you're really good, calm, and interesting voice, and I don't think you needed a lot of vocal variety in this. I think what you did was fine, and the other question that I have is, how in the heck do you come up with all of this interesting stuff every speech you give? I'm just amazed at how you can look at something, tell a story about it, and it's like you're the master of that story.
Me too.
I'm just amazed at that. So kudos to you. The only enhancement I had was use less tentative language. You used kinda a couple times. Just take it out. Just be clear and direct. The other thing, because it decreases your credibility to a certain extent.
Yeah.
Just call it what it is. Don't leave any doubt. The other thing is, shoot, I can't read my own writing. So I'm going to leave it at that. I'm going to leave it at that. All right, thank you. I'll get with you on the other one.
Thank you very much, Tracy. John, I'm going to call you back up here to the podium.
Sure.
You're doing double duty today.
That's all right.
John is going to evaluate Karen Austin.
Thank you, Charles. Karen is working from the Confident Communicator Manual. Project 5, Your Body Speaks. The objectives: to use stance, movement, gestures, facial expressions, eye contact to express your message and achieve your speech's purpose and make your body language smooth and natural. You certainly did all that. You did it really well. You are very relaxed up here. I think you could lay down and just take a nap. You're that I love it, because when you're relaxed, we're relaxed.
Yeah.
You're taking out the barrier. When someone's up there and they're nervous, you just get a little bit tense because they're tense. I loved how you set everything up calmly before you really began. You put raisin, you hung raisin up over there, and then you began your speech. Your vulnerability, I really appreciate that so much, because emotion is a powerful thing, and immediately when you showed us those scars, God bless you, you paid for those. And I have no idea, I've never had to recover from such a thing. I've watched some people, and that's amazing that you endure all that, and it's great to see that it ended on a positive note, because as you know, it didn't have to, right? Sometimes though, all that work doesn't end up giving you the result you want. So your vulnerability really pulled us in, the emotion. I love that. During your talk, Raisin fell down, and without missing a beat, you turned and said, "Oh, that's Raisin." And I loved how, when something unexpected happens, how do you react? You weren't phased at all. You pulled Raisin in a little earlier. You were going to introduce Raisin later, but Raisin insisted on getting in on the speech earlier. So you did a nice job developing Raisin. That was really a character in your speech. And then Fran. Now, I would have maybe liked you to give us a little more. I think Fran was an opportunity. I'm thinking of this military drill sergeant. I'm thinking of a simile or metaphor that you could have easily thrown in there to even make her more colorful. You made it very clear she was sort of tough. And she didn't care about your pain. She wanted to accomplish her goal. But maybe that was an opportunity for some simile or metaphor to drive the point home even more. You had a nice order and structure to it, because it helped us to just follow you along. We didn't know where you were going. We knew you had a couple surgeries. Fortunately, the internal bleeding was stopped. And through all your therapy, and there was even some suspense and drama, because, my God, your leg kind of got caught in that locked position. That might be game over. And the drama, you unveiled it very nicely with the doctor saying, "Oh, I've never seen that before." That's got to be the worst thing to ever hear. And I almost said it out loud, because I knew that you set it up so nicely. You pulled the audience in, you followed it along really well, nice structure. It was fun to listen to, and I'm glad you're doing well with your knees.
Thank you very much, John. Also want to give a special thank you to David Nickel, our humorist today. Thank you, David. And also to Robin, our Toastmaster, and to Ji Yun, our Table Topics Master. Thank you all for jumping in there. I now want to call on our grammarian, Jeremy. Jeremy, would you give us your report?